All right, I'm just going to begin our introduction. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Kristen Linscott with Plano Public Library. We are very happy to have you with us today for this seminar about resources to support small business. We have a special guest with us today from Dallas SCORE. SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives, no longer only retired executives, but this is a partner with the Small Business Administration that has some great resources for you. And the library, we will share also some resources that can help you get your small business up and rolling. So just a quick overview today. This is a Plano Public Library program. You are muted and you can ask questions through the chat today with us. We're happy to answer your questions, so please feel free to share your questions through the chat. And we ask you just to simply be respectful in the way that you interact with our presenters today. We will be sharing, our presenter will be sharing his screen, and then following the presentation by our guest speaker today from Dallas SCORE, there will be a presentation about Plano Public Library and the resources that we have available to assist you. So I am going to stop sharing my screen and give share to Dawn. And meanwhile, I will give you just a little bit of information about Dawn. So Dawn Walter is a volunteer with Dallas SCORE, and he has been working with the Dallas Public Library for a little over a year as a mentor. He is a mentor for small business. He has a wonderful long career in business and a variety of different elements of business, which he's going to give you a little bit of information about. And he has great resources to share with you today, as well as his expertise. He also presents a webinar that we will be sharing in a couple of months on putting together your business plan, writing a business plan for small business. So we're happy to have you here today. And thank you so much, Dawn, for being here to share the resources of Dallas SCORE with our participants.
I appreciate it. Welcome to everyone today. We're going to talk a little bit about what SCORE can provide entrepreneurs, people that are not only starting business, but also working to grow an existing business. So I'm going to share my screen here, if you'll hang on just for a second. And you should have my screen here. Hang on just a second. And so as Kristen said, my name is Don Walter. I'm a certified SCORE mentor with Dallas, the Dallas chapter of SCORE. And as Kristen indicated, originally SCORE was named for SCORE of the Service Corps of Retired Executives. But since that time, as Kristen also mentioned, we have expanded where we not only have retired executives, but we also have people that are still active in the workforce, that are still running businesses of all sizes and all types, nonprofits, you name it, so that we can provide more service to the entrepreneur who is attempting to either start a business or grow a business. Now, if you see down here, it says that we're funded in part through a cooperative agreement with the U.S. Small Business Administration. What we do is we are the mentoring arm for the Small Business Administration. We work with those individuals who are starting up their business. We work very closely with the SBA on their programs and on core programs. So we are really joined very closely in terms of working with individuals in the business community. So who are we? First formed in 1964, Dallas chapter opened in 1965. And as I just mentioned, the mentors are working and retired business executives. Now, today, there's over 11,000 mentors, 350 chapters, and we've served 8.5 million individuals. So in our Dallas chapter, we have about 85 mentors in all different disciplines of business. We were doing 100+ workshops a year. Now those have become webinars. Since last March, we have had to go virtual due to the pandemic, like a lot of others. So we're using a number of platforms, including Zoom and others, to do webinars. And we list those webinars on our site. And there's a lot of really good information that's covered during those. And I'll talk about webinars more in a few minutes. Says here we do 300+ client sessions a month. That continues to grow. We work with a lot of individuals from all different areas. One thing that that's come as a few positive things out of the webinar, out of the pandemic, is we now can help people all the way across the country. Originally, I was going to the Plano Library one day a week to meet with individuals, but now we do it several days a week. And because of the fact that everything's virtual, I'm able to help people all the way across the country. In addition, people that are here, business people that are here in Dallas, are actually able to work with individuals in their area of using their area of expertise all across the country. So we've become more versatile in that respect. Okay, so here's the local offices, which I indicated before. We're currently not in the office due to the pandemic, but here's just a list of when things get back to normal, where the offices will be. We also work with some chambers of commerce, as you can see down at the bottom, and also in the Dallas area. And you can also see the Fort Worth office and the chambers of commerce that they work with. The phone number is still active, so I will later on in the presentation talk about how if you would like to get a mentor, how you do that. And this phone number is still monitored. Our administrative person is still working remotely and answers that phone if you call that number to help you get started if you would like to get a SCORE mentor. Okay, here's a little bit about me. I did have a very lengthy retail career, working with a number of different companies, Fortune companies, held senior executive positions. In addition, I've done some consulting. Since I retired with 7-Eleven, I've done projects for them as well. And I've got extensive experience with Fortune 500 companies, startups, and also franchise operations. So I get the individuals referred to me, either ones that select themselves or the ones that SCORE send to me, with people that are starting up those types of businesses, either online or bricks and mortar retail or franchise operations. Okay, so what do? We listen to our clients. When we have a conversation, we will spend a lot more time listening to you than talking to you. We will we'll ask strategic questions to see if you've worked through all the different details you need to be thinking about as you're starting the business. Right now, we're doing telephone, video, and email mentoring. I do all three. So a lot of people prefer telephone, video. I have a Zoom account, so we do Zoom if necessary, or as indicated, and email. So I might be working with someone for a long period of time. So we might have a telephone conversation maybe once a month to see what's going on, to get caught up. And in the interim, we might be exchanging emails back and forth as questions come up that really don't require a conversation, but just simply answering a question. We also have been working with individuals who have been trying to get disaster loans in existing businesses, both EIDL and the PPP. So we've been helping a lot of folks doing that as well, doing that via telephone, video, and email as well. Now, there's a lot of online tools with SCORE, and there's a national SCORE website, www.score.org, and Dallas has their own as well. So both have a plethora of information relating to starting a business, different type applications, thing that you need. And we also do educational webinars. So if you go on the dallas.score.org website, you will see that there is a menu of different webinars that are coming up. We send this information out, a couple times a month. We probably have 3 to 5 webinars per week on different topics, and we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. So SCORE online tools. What do you do? You select a mentor with expertise in the field you're planning to start a business. Like I said, I sort of help people in retail and franchising or online retail. We have people that are they're attorneys, that are physicians, that are engaged in nonprofits, in sales and marketing, in distribution. I mean, you name it, we have people that can do it. So depending on the type business you either have or want to start, there is an individual with expertise in that area. And again, we do everything pro bono or gratis. We do not charge. We do this on a volunteer basis. So you can get an expert in your field that you don't have to pay for. We do live webinars, which I just talked about a couple minutes ago, score.org, sba.gov. Also,
Don, it looks like we lost your audio. I don't know.
social media, all kinds of, and we'll talk more about that in a second. We also have some courses on demand. You can request these. We have what we call the Startup Roadmap. We're also going to be doing, yes.
Excuse me, I don't know if the participants had the same problem, but you dropped out there just for about maybe a minute or so. Do you mind just backing up slightly and restating in case, because I'm not sure if everyone else didn't hear it, but I lost your audio
where did you
close
lose
to a minute.
Where did you lose me?
Honestly, I don't know. I was anxiously thinking, did I do something wrong? Your last point would be great.
Maybe there was an internet issue. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll just go back to the last slide. Those are the three different sources for telephone, video, and email mentoring. The SCORE online tools are what we talked about. The Startup Roadmap is one we're going to be doing later on the Plano platform, talking about how to start business, and then some of the others that are listed here. Now, here's some of the topics for the webinar. I'm not going to read them all off. You can take a look at them. The one we're going to do next month is developing a business plan, starting a successful business, how to start a nonprofit. You can see all these, and they cover a variety of different businesses and financial situations. We also do one on QuickBooks, which is there's a 1 and 2 day. Anyone who starts a business needs some kind of accounting software, and this does that. Okay, grant writing, which is important if you're in a nonprofit, showing you how to try to get grant money. Social media marketing becoming more and more important. In fact, that's one of our most widely attended webinars, because everyone realizes that today, to be successful in business, you have to have a strong social media presence. So anyway, these are just some of the webinars that are available. So next we're going to talk about what we do. We listen to your business ideas, and I said we ask a lot of questions. We examine research methods for your target market competition. We confer on business plan creation. So as you're doing this, it isn't just like a one-time you sit down and do it. A lot of people, it takes them several months to fully create their business plan, and we help them every step along the way. If you need to finance and market the sale of a product or service, if you need to review your anticipated online presence, as we said, that's becoming increasingly important, so we'll help you with that. And then we'll let you know what professionals you will need to assist you with your team. We call it a virtual team, which can be your banker, your CPA, an attorney, or an online like a LegalZoom that you will need to touch base with as you go through the process, in addition to your SCORE mentor. And then, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, I hope it wasn't during the minute I was offline, to provide ongoing assistance as requested. It's not just you talk to us one time and we're done. I have lengthy relationships with many of the individuals I've been working with for well over a year. I've been doing this with SCORE for over 2 years. And some individuals that I've been working with for 2 years, I still will have an occasional conversation with them, or provide guidance as they are trying to grow their business, or they run up on something that they would like some feedback on. Okay, this is what we don't do. We are not consultants. Like I said, we're totally volunteer. You can't hire us. We don't do the work for you. We'll give you direction or some assistance and say, this is something you need to do, show you where to get the resources to do them. But you're the one starting the business, so you're the one who will be doing the work. And then as we go along, we'll help guide you on through that roadmap. We're not bankers. We don't loan money or the Small Business Administration. Now, the SBA, the Small Business Administration, they do back loans with financial institutions, but they are not a financial institution. We are not lawyers. We have lawyers on our team, and they can give you some direction as it relates to business, but they can't be your lawyer. And we are not a CPA firm. Although we have CPAs, they will not be your CPA, but they'll give you guidance on what direction you need to follow in that area. So here's some client examples, starting a retail or restaurant business. You can just read down through these. I've worked with individuals even that are starting an education business if they're going to do it online and they're doing it, I help them with the marketing. Now there are other individuals that might help them with a different part. This is what I'd like to indicate, that if you look down on this, if you're starting a medical practice, I'm obviously not a physician, but what I can do is make sure you've done all the legal things you need to do to set up your business. Now, we often will co-mentor an individual. I may help you with part of it. Another individual that has experience in a different area than I do will take over. So during the time that you are working with SCORE, you may have 2 or 3 different individuals that you work with. So that's another advantage. We all, based on our area of expertise, can help you do part of what you need to do. And then if another expert is needed in a different area, we can find that for you. A couple other things: expanding or selling a business, starting a service business, a nonprofit, food truck business. We've been doing a lot of that recently during the pandemic. That really, a lot of people had to go mobile to keep their business open. So that's been a strong area that we've been dealing with. And then starting an online business, which we've talked about, and I think you're all aware of. So next steps. I've talked about what SCORE does, how we can help you. So you can go to dallas.score.org. You'll go in there and you'll see that there's a search bar. So go in there and say nonprofit, retail, sales, distribution, whatever, and it'll bring up all the mentors in the Dallas chapter who have expertise in that area. Or you can request an individual by name, or you can call the number that's on here, 214-987-9491. Tell our administrative assistant what you're looking for, and she will bring up the list of mentors that have that skill set, and we'll get you hooked up with a mentor. You can access the score.org site to review the online tools that will assist you in starting your business, either score.org, as I mentioned, or dallas.score.org, or the sba.gov. All 3 of them have a lot of online tools. And then Kristen in a minute is going to talk about the Plano Library resources to assist in small business. They do a lot of great things as well. So that's why we partner together between SCORE and Plano Libraries, because we both have something to offer to help you either start or you grow your business. And then lastly, as I mentioned, that you sign up for the appropriate webinars based on your business need. And so with that, I'm going to see if there are any questions. I know Kristen probably has monitored the chat to see if we have any questions. So I'm going to pop out of this and go back. Okay.
So anyone who may have a question is welcome to send it in the chat and let us know what you'd like to ask Don about the resources of SCORE and how you get started. I don't see any questions yet, but watching.
Okay, well, if something comes up along the way, we'll monitor those and we'll answer them before the time for the webinar is over. Right.
Sounds great. Okay, I will go ahead and share my screen and let's see, go ahead in our slideshow. So as Don mentioned, we've been working together for a while now because there are it's a nice synergy between Dallas Score and the Plano Public Library, the kinds of things that we offer to help small business. The library is more than books, and we offer a number of skill building programs to help you and perhaps eventually employees to get ahead. One of the platforms that we use is called lynda.com. Next month, that is changing the name to LinkedIn Learning, but it's basically the same database of wonderful, well put together, professional courses, online courses on a variety of subjects that can help you with your business. Some of them are listed here. Another, web development, like website development, and SEO, the search engine optimization. Those are some other sorts of classes that are available through lynda.com. This is a platform that there's typically a charge for, but when you have a Plano library card, you do not have to pay for it. It's a part of your library card. If you live in Plano or 7 reciprocal cities that we have agreements with, you can get a Plano library card for free. So if you live in Plano, Allen, Frisco, Garland, McKinney, Richardson, The Colony, or Wiley, you can get a Plano library card at no cost and access these wonderful classes. Most of them relate to technology, business, and digital creativity. We also have additional assistance to help you learn Excel, different databases, web design. These sorts of classes are available through the library, and also digital creativity classes, how you can start a podcast or do audio editing or product photography, these sorts of things. These are all classes that are offered through the library at no cost to you. Other skill building opportunities are the GREAT courses, are another professionally developed grouping of online video courses. And again, these are a number of topics that could relate to your business. And also the library puts on programs like this one in a number of different elements, which I will show you in just a minute, some of the ones coming up that are available on Zoom. So we have a lot of development programs for you. Additional resources, Reference Solutions is a tremendous asset for you in doing competitive analysis, some of the things that are on your business plan, determining where you're going to locate if you are going to, you're planning an in-person business, a bricks and mortar business, where to position yourself, and also can help you with marketing prospects. A reference solution is a database with that is maintained by an external business that follows up with all the businesses on the list every year. So you know you have accurate current information about other businesses that are in the area, and it gives you contact information, and it's an excellent source of research and information. We also provide a class on how to use reference solutions on a regular basis, and you can find the recording on YouTube if you don't want to wait for the next class. We also have a small business reference center that's available online through the Plano Public Library. Our SCORE mentor, Don, who has been speaking with you today, is one of our additional resources. We love to connect with Don, and he is so generous in sharing his business expertise and knowledge to help new businesses grow. We have also at Plano Public Library a program called Book a Librarian that currently is operating virtual, that you, if as a library card holder, you can schedule a 30-minute appointment with a librarian to assist you with whatever research you may be looking to do, or say you're trying to manage your budget in Excel and you don't know how some function works and you need assistance with that. You can book an appointment with a librarian and they can help walk you through how to do what you are looking to do in Excel. So there are lots of options there. Also, we can help you stay in the know. You can access the New York Times, the Dallas Morning News, and newspapers from literally around the world through Press Reader with your Plano library card, all for free. We also offer access to hundreds of books and ebooks and e-magazines. I've listed some of the titles for you here that are business related, and you could also enjoy some biographies and autobiographies of current business leaders to inspire you further. On the lighter side, because we know that all those who are starting businesses are also individuals with families and friends and other interests outside of business, we just want to give you a quick overview that some of the things that we provide for fun and additional ways to kind of loosen your brain and be creative with arts. We have bullet journaling, art classes, kits you can check out, magazines, and we also have 3D printers at 3 of our locations. So you can submit your design and have it printed at the library at only, I believe it's 20 cents a gram for the design. Most things cost maybe $1 or $2 to print. Language learning, we have an app called Pronunciator that's downloadable onto your phone or your laptop or tablet, and you can learn over 80 languages with that app. It has games and audio videos and other ways to help you learn. Also, obviously, family engagement with STEAM activities, reading, writing, all kinds of innovative, fun activities. Some of the upcoming classes we have currently, we have a series going with Microsoft. A Microsoft certified trainer is helping people with the fundamentals of their different softwares. So we have Outlook, Word, Excel, OneNote, and Teams coming up, as well as LinkedIn, and a deeper dive to LinkedIn. And as a business, that's one thing that you might want to look into, is how to utilize LinkedIn for promotion. You can learn about business cards and letterhead, how to design them. Podcasting, these are coming up. Surveys for data collection, image editing, blogging. On April 22nd, Dawn will be giving a class about a roadmap to business success. This is getting started along your path, getting ready for your business plan and all of that. It'll be an excellent program. Product photography, building your brand, designing a website. And on May 7th, Essentials for Sales Success. This is a business coach who is giving some tips there to help you with sales. And then on May 14th, this is being led by Bank of America about starting a small business. So it gets into a little bit of the how you position your business in terms of whether it's an LLP or whatever the different terminology, how you set up your business legally, and also financially, how you can access resources. We have many of our former classes recorded and on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. These are just a few examples of the things that you can find there. So these are available on demand at no cost, and no library card is required for the video library or the programs for that matter that are on Zoom. If you have questions or would like to connect with us afterward, I did put the library website into the chat, and also a way for you to sign up for our newsletter. This will give you my contact information as well. I'm going to stop sharing, and I think we have a couple of questions that maybe came in, and happy to have Dawn answer questions for you if there are other things that anyone would like to know.
I see one question here from Carolyn Doyle about asking if we can support a professional services company. Certainly, depending on the type of support that's needed. Carolyn, can you give us a little more detail?
And then I'm going to re-put the YouTube link into the chat because I see that there was a question about that. So this is how you can get to our YouTube channel to get the various program recordings. Okay, Dawn, it's administrative.
Administrative and project management. Yes, we have several people that I can think of off the top of my head that have extensive experience in those areas. So like I said, the recommendation would be to contact either, a lot of people like to do it themselves. Go to dallas.score.org, put in administrative and project management in the search bar, and it'll bring up every individual that has that background. What it does, it'll give you their total bio profile, what they've done in their career, and whoever you feel is closest to the skill sets that you need. Then what you can do is you can contact that person, or you can have our administrative person, if you want to go via the telephone number that I posted, you can have that individual do that as well. So yes, we certainly have people that have extensive experience in those areas.
Great, and I should have looked before we began. I believe we have our next Writing a Business Plan program scheduled for Saturday, June the 15th. Does that ring a bell, Don?
Yeah, that's
the date. Okay, we've got it.
We've just gone through May, and this is the one on a business plan, and regardless of what business you're in or what you're trying to start, particularly if you're looking for financing, there's no way that you can get any kind of bank to really talk to you unless you have a well-developed business plan. It doesn't need to be 50 pages long, but you need to show how you're going to start the business, the amount of resources are going to be needed, what your anticipated cash flow needs will be, and you'll have to sort of project revenue. And for a new business person, that's sometimes very difficult to do. So that's why, as SCORE mentors, we can really help you there. And that's why a lot of times, as I said, I work with individuals over a period of months or years, because as they go through different phases, both starting and then growing business, there are different challenges. So we can help with those along the way. So that's why every month we do the business plan webinar at least a couple times, because it is the most popular. We also do the social media one a couple times a month, because, as I said before, everyone's realizing how vital that is to any business now, regardless of whether it's a profit, not for profit, or whatever type of business. Social media is one of the main ways to get your message out, in addition to other forms of marketing. So all these webinars, as I said, go to score.org, dallas.score.org, or just score.org. Both of them have details in terms of webinars that are being offered.
Great, thank you. So I would highly recommend Don's program on Pathways to Business Success in April 22nd, 1 month from today. And then also we have the How to Write a Business Plan. This is a kind of a business plan writing 101. It's a basic level, kind of an overview, on June the 15th. Those will both be posted on the library website, as well as SCORE will have the business plan writing.
And just to touch base on the roadmap to success, basically it's all the things from the initial idea to getting all the things you need to do in line to go through. There's the legal aspects, there's the marketing aspects, there's all the personal issues you have to deal with, and it just really details in a roadmap order of things that you're going to have to address and accomplish as you go through the business. And so a lot of people that I work with use that roadmap, and they'll say, well, where am I along the way? And it helps them sort of check the boxes. Yeah, I've done that, so I can move on to this. So it is a very valuable document that we detail and go through the different steps that, as you're starting your business, that you will use not only as you first get started, but as you work through the entire process.
Great, thank you, Don. I don't see other questions. This isn't an hour webinar today. We just like to give you this overview of programs that are available and resources that are available. I highly recommend Don and the SCORE mentors. It's a great way to be able to just talk through your ideas, your concerns, and the kinds of, they can help direct you toward the resources to get you where you want to go.
And then one last thing is just anything you tell us is totally confidential. Not only are we volunteers and do this because we enjoy doing it, no monetary fee involved. But the other piece of it is that most people are very protective of their ideas. Trust me, no SCORE mentor will ever share your ideas or whatever's going on. That's the relationship between the mentor and the client is totally between them, and is never shared with anyone else.
Thank you. There was a question that I didn't notice because it was in Q&A, and that is whether there's a code needed to access lynda.com. What you do is you log in through the library website. You do need to have a Plano library card in order to access lynda.com, which, as I mentioned, is about to be called LinkedIn Learning in about, a little over 3 weeks. It'll be called LinkedIn Learning, same thing. But you will log in through the library website. If you go to Research and Learn, and then the lynda.com will be in the list there of resources. And then you will have to create yourself an account using your library card, but it's free. So you don't need a special code, you need your library card. That is it. Any other questions before we say goodbye? I don't see any. So we are both available to you. Dawn's always happy to answer questions, and you can always call Plano Public Library. We're always happy to help with whatever we can direct you to, resources and learning opportunities. We're happy to do that. So glad you could be with us today. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we will see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great day. Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you.